I've daydreamed before about what it'd be like to have a special ability that other organisms can do, something that humans cannot. For example, to be able to fly like a peregrine falcon, or to be able to walk up walls without any gear like a Texas branded gecko. But if I told you, I really wish I could have a special ability of a plant, you're probably confused. What can a plant do that's so amazing?
There's a lot of good things about plants actually, but in particular, really with the photosynthesis. And it's not just plants that are doing this process.
Any process that plants themselves are important to us because plants in general are major producers making them indispensable in food web. Many of our medications and food come from plants. We need plants.
So, understanding the nature of the process that plants use to make their own food is paramount.
So when I say make their own food, I'm talking about making a sugar that they need, specifically glucose. You need glucose too, but you can get it from what you eat. Plants, however, get to make their own glucose in photosynthesis.
In photosynthesis, light energy is used to make organic compounds, especially sugars in plants. This is extremely important for becoming all life on Earth because organic compounds are what we in our food and make up. So, how does this process work?
In short, when light strikes a leaf, this light is absorbed and the light energy is used to drive a series of chemical reactions that ultimately make sugars and other organic molecules. Overall, carbon dioxide and water are taken in by the plant and used to make glucose and oxygen gases.
Photosynthesis can be divided into two sets of reactions. Number one, the light-dependent reaction. Number two, the Calvin cycle, light-independent reaction.
The light-dependent reaction, as you might have guessed, depend on light. To understand how these work, let's zoom in on a leaf so we can see them happen. Leaves are made of plant cells, and inside of these cells are special organelles called chloroplasts that do photosynthesis. Each chloroplast has many of these called thylakoids with pigments like chlorophyll that absorb light. Think of thylakoid as solar panels in the chloroplast. They absorb the light energy from the sun. Now, let's zoom in on the thylakoids and focus on the thylakoid membrane. This is where pigments such as chlorophyll are found and is where light gets absorbed. The pigments are arranged in clusters called photosystems. Let's start with photosystem 2. When photosystem 2 absorbs the light, electrons in chlorophyll gain energy or get excited from the light. These excited electrons have chlorophyll and move to something called an electron transport chain. But since chlorophyll lost electrons, those electrons need to be replaced. To replace them, water is split and its electrons go to chlorophyll. When water split, electrons, hydrogen ions, and oxygen are produced. You probably know that plants make oxygen when they do photosynthesis. This is where that oxygen comes from. Now, back to the electron transport chain. The electron transport chain transports electrons. As it does, the energy in the electrons is used to pump hydrogen ions or protons across the thylakoid membrane into the thylakoid. This creates a high concentration of hydrogen ions inside the thylakoid. Those ions would be trapped inside the thylakoid, but a special enzyme called ATP synthase allows them to passively fuse from high to low concentration. This flow of hydrogen ions through ATP synthase causes ATP synthase to spin and produce ATP. Similar to how water flowing through a turbine produces power at a hydroelectric dam. This ATP is a key product of the light-dependent reactions. When the electrons reach the end of this first electron transport chain, they go to photosystem 1 where light excites them once again. Travel down second, a shorter electron transport chain where they are accepted by NADP+. When it accepts the electrons, it also accepts hydrogen and becomes NADPH. NADPH is an electron carrier and is another key product of the light-dependent reactions. It carries electrons and hydrogens to the next set of action in photosynthesis, the Calvin cycle. Both ATP and NADPH are critical products of the light-dependent reaction that are needed to make sugar in the Calvin cycle. If you are thrilled and fascinated to our video, don't hesitate to click the like button.